Introducing first, weighing in at 215 pounds, from Hartford, Connecticut, it's Abel Graves.
Abel Graves.
Whatever. And his opponent, from 199 pounds, from Elizabethton, Tennessee, it's Brandon Young.
We don't know you. I know. Watch out. Watch out. Exactly. I was just playing.
Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here, welcoming you inside CJ's Sports Bar in Kingsport, Tennessee. This is going to be Evolution Wrestling August Heat, of course, presented by the World Fighting Showcase. We are ready for our opening contest. Brandon Young stares across the ring at the debuting Abel Graves. Now Graves flies into the corner and goes on the attack, stunning Brandon Young. Oh my goodness. Punishing the left arm of Brandon Young, and very painful hammerlock applied by Abel Graves. What a clothesline by Graves, immediately going to the cover. Referee there in position. Brandon Young gets tangled up in the ropes, and that will break the pinning attempt, but Abel Graves impressive here in what is his Evolution and WFS debut. Side headlock applied now by Graves. Wrenching the head and neck of Brandon Young before a couple of impactful strikes. Now a cover center of the ring. Legs are hooked. 1, 2. Near fall for Abel Graves. Devastating hold applied now by Graves. Brandon Young in a bad way thus far. What a kick, square in the back. Outside leg is hooked. Another count of 2. Both men back to their feet now. Brandon Young fighting back. Puts together a nice combo there. He is firing up. What a pump kick, square in the chest, takes down Abel Graves, and Brandon Young says, I'm going up. What does he have in mind here? He's almost into the moonsault, misses. Both men down. What a kick by Brandon Young. Knocks out Abel Graves, and that's all she wrote.
And your winner, Brandon Young.
The hand is raised. Brandon Young victorious here at August Heat.
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 575 pounds, being accompanied to the ring today by Ms. AJ Gibson. It is Jamie Gibson and DP Holiday combined. They are the riders of the confidence. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 580 pounds, it's Big Nick Hinson and Asher the Axe Adams. Together they are the Thrill Willies.
Second matchup of the night, second debut here at CJ's Bar in Kingsport. The Thrill Billies squaring off with the Riders of the Apocalypse. The big man for the Riders, DP Holiday, starting things off with Asher the Axe Adams. Riders of the Apocalypse have been nothing short of dominant, not only here in Evolution, but throughout the World Fighting Showcase as of late. DP Holiday takes the hat of Asher Adams and uses it to distract the young man known as the Axe. Holiday will go to work using Adams before disposing of that cap that started this affair. What a thud off the exposed chest of Adams. DP Holiday taking control here. Punishing Asher the Axe Adams. And you see Big Nick Henson, Asher's teammate, on the apron, getting behind his Thrill Billy's partner, but for the time being, DP Holiday, who now makes a tag to Jamie Gibson. Double team opportunity. The Riders of the Apocalypse take full advantage. Jamie Gibson picking up right where DP Holiday left off. Referee continuing to admonish Jamie Gibson, but only so much can be done. That's exactly what Jamie Gibson is saying to the referee there. Asher Adams fighting back, but Gibson goes to the eyes. Takes down the Axe Man. Oh my goodness, and now referee's back is turned, and Amy Jo always lurking outside the ring. Riders have cut off half of the ring, and this is turned, well, really it's turned into a 3-on-1 when you count Amy Jo, but a sunset flip off the reversal by Adams. Gets a count of 2. Can he follow it up? Spine buster by Gibson. Seems to have taken a lot out of both. Both fighters that are legal in this match. The referee begins to count. Asher Adams up to a knee, trying to gain his bearings, crawling to the opposite corner. Realizes his mistake as he gets to his feet, but only for a moment. Now Jamie Gibson will use that as an opening to crawl over and make the tag. DP Holiday legal once again. He has Adams by the belt. Clubbing blow to the lower back of Asher Adams. The abuse continues in the corner of the Riders of the Apocalypse. Adams now thrown to the outside, and Amy Jo gets a couple more licks in. Jamie Gibson now choking the life out of Asher Adams before throwing him back inside the ropes where DP Holiday waits. Have to admire the heart of Asher Adams for taking this amount of punishment, and he's fighting back still, hits the ropes, taken down by Holiday, who crawls over to the lateral press. Only a 2 count. But things not looking good for the Thrillbillies and Asher the Axe Adams. Referee checking in, and you can read the lips of Adams. He's saying no, he's not ready to give up the fight. Holiday just wearing him down here. Reaches out and tags Jamie Gibson. Hands off to Gibson now, another cover attempt and another kick out by Adams. We have yet to see Big Nick Henson legal in this contest. The Riders of the Apocalypse having their way. Elbow dropped by Jamie Gibson, keeping his body in between Adams and Henson. Back to the eyes once again. Referee has had about all he can take. Gibson going to work on the left leg of Asher Adams. Adams doing everything, reaching, grabbing for hair or tights or that shirt, trying to stay in this contest. He gets to the ropes and that will break the hold, but still a long way from the outstretched hand of Big Nick Henson as the Riders of the Apocalypse get another opportunity at a double team. DP Holiday taking over now in the corner. Massive right hands of the man known as the Revelation, DP Holiday. Henson reaching out inches away from Asher Adams, but Holiday maintaining control for his side. Remarkable display here by the Riders of the Apocalypse. At this point, they're just animals playing with their food. But wait, Asher Adams catches DP Holiday and drops him with that T-bone suplex. Still some fight left in Adams. Crawling over. Can he make the tag? He's right there. Referee continuing to count as both legal men are down. Adams gets to the ropes. Dives and makes the tag. Here comes Big Nick Henson. Shoulder tackle flattens Jamie Gibson, and now a second Nick Henson is fired up. In the corner, DP Holiday's to his feet. Makes a run at Henson, but Nick ducks under, shoulder tackle. Staggers DP Holiday, and Nick Henson is taking on both of the Riders all by his lonesome, but Asher Adams now back in the ring. Henson will turn his attention to DP Holiday as Adams goes after Jamie Gibson. Holiday to the eyes of Henson. Dumps him to the outside. Amy Jo up on the apron. Very nearly hits her husband Jamie. Roll up by Adams, and that's 3. Unbelievably, after all the punishment that he endured, Asher Adams rolls up Jamie Gibson for the pin, and he can't even believe it, asking the ref if that was 3. Monumental debut win for the Thrill Billies. Asher the Axe Adams and Big Nick Henson.
You're an idiot.
Contest 3 is going to be one fall in the 30-minute time limit. This is for the #1 contender for the Evolution Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at 255 pounds, from Glasgow, Scotland, it's the Scottish sensation, Murphy Costigan. And his opponent, weighing in at 255 pounds, from Memphis, Tennessee, it's Jeff Storm.
Here we go, 2 of the very best that WFS Evolution has to offer. The Scottish sensation Murphy Costigan and Jeff Storm set to go at it to determine the #1 contender for Brian Logan's Evolution Championship. Storm, a former Evolution champion, as Costigan, the former Evolution television champion, mouths off, and now we've got a shoving match between 2 men that certainly understand what the Evolution Championship means, and it's come to blows very quickly here. Looks like that's the type of affair that we've got on our hands. More of a brawl than a wrestling match here. Not even sure from my vantage point which competitor that favors. Storm and Costigan both accomplished brawlers, as it were. Costigan takes control of this one as we're back inside the ropes. Costigan never at a loss for words for his opponents, for the fans in attendance, or for anyone within earshot, but Storm not down and out yet. Snap there, a couple of knife-edge chops to the back. First cover of the affair. Garners a 1 count for Jeff Storm, but the grizzled veteran immediately back on the offensive. Shinlock apply, punishing Murphy Costigan, taking him down and stomping him right on the head. Costigan firing back, however, and he takes down Storm. What a ruthless fight this has been. Only minutes in. Costigan continues to maintain the upper hand. He'll hook the leg of Jeff Storm, referee in position for a count of 2. that close to the Scottish sensation becoming #1 contender. And just like Storm did moments ago, Costigan, after failing to get the pin, goes right into a submission hold, wearing down his opponent. Laying the boots to Jeff Storm is the Scottish sensation. Hands across the throat by Costigan. Referee will
You're gonna respect me.
admonish, standing right there.
I'm in the ring, so you'll respect me.
Words exchanged between Costigan and
You're not man enough.
the official.
Come on. Get up.
Both men on their knees, firing back and forth. Right forearm, Storm puts together a couple, but Costigan unwavering in his attack. That's exactly how much an opportunity at Brian Logan and the Evolution Championship means to these two fighters, these two competitors, these two men. Storm now going to work on Costigan. Costigan breaks free, but for how long? Clubbing lefts by Jeff Storm. Right hands now, plenty of damage done to Costigan as well as Storm. Costigan catches the leg of Jeff Storm and goes immediately down into a figure 4 leg lock. Is this the move that earns Costigan #1 contendership? Goes to the ropes for leverage, but immediately is caught by the official. Costigan hands on the ropes once again. Referee having to get physically involved. The hold is broken. Emotion certainly high, as are the stakes in this contest here at August Heat. Costigan again going to the figure 4. Finally gets it locked in, but both men in the ropes, and they're going to keep rolling. It looks like they're out on the apron and down to the floor go Storm and Costigan. Referee out checking on both these men. It's been a brutal exchange between Costigan and Storm, and that's going to continue, it would appear. Referee pleading with both men to get back into the ring. He'll step back inside the ropes and begin his count. Jeff Storm crawling to the apron. Can he make it inside before the referee's count reaches 10? Storm is in. Counts at 9. Costigan's not going to make it. Murphy Costigan won't make it in. Jeff Storm is the #1 contender for the Evolution Championship, surviving a ruthless fight with Murphy Costigan.
contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. This is for the CJ's Bar Championship. Introducing first, weighing in 265 pounds, from Dandridge, Tennessee, the current Evolution Heavyweight Champion, the Troublemaker, Brian Logan. And his opponent, weighing in 220 pounds, from Kingsport, Tennessee, he is the current CJ Bar Champion. It's sensational, Wayne Atkins.
One call, 60 minutes for the CJ's Bar Championship. Got it. Obey my commands at all times.
Unique scenario here at August Heat, CJ's Sports Bar in Kingsport. First of two champion versus champion contests for us here on the card tonight. The Evolution champion, Brian Logan, challenging for the CJ's Bar Championship, currently held by sensational Wayne Atkins. Evolution title not up for grabs in this one. This one's all about the CJ's Bar Championship. Brian Logan, a former holder of that title, as he backs Wayne Atkins into the corner. Right hand blocked, and return fire strikes the Troublemaker. As I was saying, Logan, a former CJ's Bar champion, has staked a claim that he never lost that title, that he has as much of a claim to it as Wayne Atkins does. Officially, Atkins the champion coming into this one, and that's exactly what we do here in the World Fighting Showcase. We settle scores inside the ropes. Once again, Logan backing Atkins into the corner, going to the gut twice, and now the head of Atkins twice. Whip corner to corner, Atkins comes out with a high cross body into a pinning situation, and Brian Logan choosing to retreat to the outside. Wayne Atkins did not earn the moniker sensational for nothing. Logan steps back inside the ropes, and we'll go right back to it. And Logan showing signs of frustration here in the early going. Logan working the arm of Atkins. The sensational one with a very nice reversal. Goes to the mat to work the arm of Logan. Shoulders were down there. Near fall for Atkins. Right back to the left arm of Brian Logan, referee in perfect position. That's our senior official, Carlos Stapleton. No man more qualified to handle a champion versus champion affair. Logan in the corner going to the throat of Atkins, using every bit of the referee's count. 25-year veteran Brian Logan, the only profession he's ever known. The only office he's ever had is inside the squared circle. But he misses with that splash drop toe hold by Adkins. Once again, the flare and the flash of Wayne Adkins gets the best of Brian Logan. Adkins back to that arm, dropping the leg. Logan doing everything he can to break the grip of the sensational one, the CJ's Bar champion, Wayne Adkins. Unrelenting and unwavering in his attack of that arm. Now Logan cleverly out, and Atkins regaining the upper hand. What a tussle between two great fighters. Brian Logan fighting up to his knees, trying to get to his feet, but Wayne Atkins not letting go of that left arm. Logan shoots him off, hits him with a back elbow, and that sends Wayne Atkins through the ropes and out to the floor. We've seen a lot of great action thus far here at August Heat, but Wayne Atkins and Brian Logan are at a bit of a stalemate, as Atkins is back on the apron and Logan again will bend the rules as far as he is allowed, shoving Wayne Atkins back to the bar room dance floor here at CJ's Bar. Just as soon as Wayne Atkins gets to the apron, Brian Logan goes back on the offensive, not allowing Atkins the luxury of climbing back into the ring. Well, this is a championship contest. The decision has to come inside the ring for Brian Logan if he wants to become a double champion. More words exchanged between Logan and referee Stapleton, who once again begins to count out sensational Wayne Adkins. And this could be more personal for Logan than anything, feeling that he is the true CJ Bar champion. You never know what's going on in the head of the troublemaker. Wayne Atkins, though, gets the foot up, blocks. And he's all the way to the top now. Flying cross-body into the lateral press. Referee in perfect position, but only a count of 2. And the kick out sends Wayne Atkins right back to the outside. That certainly looked like the best opportunity for Wayne Atkins to retain his CJ's Bar title. Back to the apron. Sunset flip, shoulders are down. Kick out by Logan. Now a clothesline and a beauty by the troublemaker, the Evolution champion. Rolls over Wayne Atkins. Gets a count of 2. Now taking down Wayne Atkins, foot on the rope by Logan. continuing to wear down Adkins. Adkins still stirring though. He gets to his feet. Breaks the hold of Logan. Once again with a sunset flip, Logan went down to drop the fist, and Adkins gets out of the way. Both men are staggering here. Logan the first all the way to his feet though. He goes to the corner. Whips Adkins in, but meets the boot of sensational Wayne Adkins, and now both fighters are down, and it's a race. Fans in attendance here at CJ's Sports Bar, firmly behind their champion, the CJ's Bar champion, Wayne Adkins, as he tries to fight to his feet, and does. Lands a couple of right hands, now a third, make it 4. Logan backed into the corner. Wayne Adkins picking up the pace, in with a splash, quick cover. Referee slightly out of position. That allows Brian Logan time to get his foot to the rope, break the pinning combination. Sleeper hold applied by Wayne Adkins. Logan shoots him off and gets a sleeper of his own, but that's broken up by a jawbreaker. Adkins gets his arm over, not nearly enough weight. Down on the shoulders of Brian Logan. Another near fall. Adkins going up now. The fist of Wayne Adkins bouncing off the skull of Brian Logan's side kick, and a spear by the sensational one, hooks the legs and retains the CJ's Bar Championship. Great match from two veterans of the ring, but on this night, Wayne Adkins gets the best of Brian Logan.
And introducing first, from parts unknown, it's the WFS American Champion, the Golden Terror. And his opponent, from Lafayette, Tennessee, weighing in at 218 pounds, it's the WFS Television Champion, the Ultimate Athlete, David Anthony.
Main event time here at August Heat. Our second champion versus champion affair. The WFS Television Champion, the Ultimate Athlete, David Anthony, the challenger on this night, squaring off with the American Champion, the Golden Terror. These two have become rather acquainted the last month or so. David Anthony looking in phenomenal shape, but has to still be feeling the effects of the last man standing match these two had in Marmet, West Virginia at Lethal Limits last month. Where in order to win, the Golden Terror viciously attacked David Anthony outside of the ring. Terror misses there, and Anthony is fired up. Back to a collar and elbow tie-up. Filling out stages here in our main event. The Terror backing his challenger on this night, David Anthony, into the corner. Referee counting, looking to get physically involved. This time the right is blocked by Anthony, and he returns fire. Golden Terror taking issue. Jade on the outside, consoling her charge. The mysterious Golden Terror, the American heavyweight champion. David Anthony takes the arm of the Golden Terror. Terror now with the upper hand, certainly with a size advantage over David Anthony, but that's why he is called the ultimate athlete. Impressive acrobatic counter. Working over the arm of the Golden Terror into the hammerlock. Terror with an impressive reversal of his own. David Anthony, great positioning there. And a back elbow by the Golden Terror creates the separation and pushes David Anthony into the corner. Irish whip by the Terror. And right back to the arm of the ultimate athlete. Standing switch by David Anthony. Doing everything he can to gain an advantage over the Golden Terror. The American champion, again, the much larger competitor here, so the trick to victory is taking him down, which David Anthony nearly does, but great ring awareness by the Golden Terror, just steps outside. Referee stops David Anthony from going to the outside. Terror will step back in the squared circle to stop the referee's count. Right back where we started, collar and elbow tie up. The Terror goes to the eyes of David Anthony. Nefarious designs. Now off the Irish whip, leapfrog by the ultimate athlete. He's gonna go for a slam. Can't get the Terror up. The weight of the American champion falls down onto the television champion. Now a lateral press hook of the leg, near fall. David Anthony having to use a lot of energy to push the weight, rather, of the Golden Terror off of his shoulders. No retreat for David Anthony in the corner as the Golden Terror punishes his challenger. Corner to corner once again, and David Anthony's met with a big time back elbow. He is down center of the ring and just stomped by the Golden Terror. David Anthony's in the ropes, and the Golden Terror going to the face and the eyes. Anthony coming up swinging, but doing so blindly. Back down to a knee is David Anthony. He finds the Terror, lands a right hand, and then the Golden Terror right back to the eyes. He seems to have David Anthony right where he wants him. Anthony again swinging wildly, but doing so without the luxury of sight as he's slammed by the Terror. Off the ropes, looking for that splash and landing it. Referee is down. David Anthony kicking out, somehow finding the will and the way to stay alive in our main event for the American Championship of the World Fighting Showcase. We fight strong, and certainly no one embodies that phrase more than David Anthony as he comes up. Appears to have his sight back as he lands a flurry of punches and elbows, runs in and is met with the bottom of the boot, the golden boot of the Golden Terror. Clothesline takes down the Ultimate Athlete. Jade on the outside, admiring the handiwork of the Golden Terror, who could be closing in on retaining the American Championship. Disposes of David Anthony to the outside, takes the attention of the official. And Jade will go to work, making this a 2-on-1. She shoves David Anthony back inside the ring. Off the ropes, sunset flip by David Anthony, but all the weight of the Terror comes down on his chest. Shoulders are down once again. This could be all she wrote, but no, another kick out by the Ultimate Athlete. So much heart and determination. The two men seemingly just staring at each other as they catch their breath and regain their bearings. Terror grabbing David Anthony in a sleeper hold. The legs of David Anthony are wobbly. If he cannot answer the referee's call, the Golden Terror will be victorious, but creative reversal there by David Anthony. Whips the Golden Terror off and responds with a sleeper hold of his own. Jade is up on the apron. She'll get the attention of the official. Oh my goodness, and David Anthony knocks Jade off the apron, and that creates enough of a distraction for the Golden Terror to cinch in a bear hug. David Anthony squirming, trying to find his way out. The back and ribs of the Ultimate Athlete, however, injured at the hands of the Golden Terror last month. David Anthony reaches out for the ropes, but Jade grabs them away. The shoulders were down. That's 3. By hook or by crook, still the American champion, the Golden Terror. Thank you for joining us for August Heat. This is Dallas Danger for everyone at the World Fighting Showcase. Until next time, fight strong.